YouTube, welcome back to my channel, or welcome in if you're new. I am Channie, and today we're watching Kurzgesagt in a nutshell, the world war of the ants, the army ants. I'm guessing army ant would be the soldiers of ants, right? Because I'm guessing there's like those who gather resources and food, and then there's the ones that stay in the, I don't know, is it called a colony? What is the ant house called? But yeah, back there, and then they have a queen, right? Ants have like a queen. Or is that bees I'm thinking of? Maybe that's a bee. Could be. No pun intended, but sorry, that was bad. I'm sorry. But yeah, we're watching this live on twitch.tv/chanzonia with my Twitch chat. If you have time and would like to join us, we would love to have you here. But yeah, let's just jump to it.
Some groups just don't get along. Every day, billions of soldiers fight a merciless war on thousands of fronts, and it's been going on for over 100 million years. The World War of the Ants.
Dum dum dum.
Ants are
Look
ancient
at it.
beings that arose around 160 million years ago and took over a wide variety of ecological niches so successfully that they became one of the dominant animals on planet.
Let's read these names. Amir, Mecositis, Melissotarsus, and Oikophilia. The first one makes sense because in Greek it sounds like that. Sounds something along those lines. So that one makes sense. The rest of them, but okay, I see. I didn't know they were that old.
Today, they count more than 16,000
How
different
many
species with over 10,000 trillion individuals. Collectively,
Whoa.
ants alone make up 20% of the entire animal biomass on land.
Oh,
Similar to humans, their recipe for success is collaboration. While a single ant
very
is pretty
intricate
useless,
systems.
together they are able to achieve stunning feats. They construct complex colonies, care for livestock,
okay, right, so it is called colonies,
pursue agriculture, or have complex symbiotic relationships. And of course, ants wage war. Even among the same species, a constant state of conflict is pretty common.
I expected between
raids, and
species,
full-on
not
invasions
within species.
are happening every day, causing millions of casualties. Let's look at some of the most interesting ones in a series of videos. In this one, the army ant, a swarm made for war. The army ant group consists of about 200 different species.
200,
Army ants
okay.
do not build nests, they live a sort of nomadic lifestyle with groups of millions of individuals. On a hunt, some species form large columns up to 100 meters long, killing and immediately dismembering every insect or small vertebrate they encounter. The biggest hunting parties can kill up to 500,000 animals per day.
How many?
Some army ants specialize in hunting and consuming other social insects like termites, wasps, and especially other ants. Wasps are fierce and may seem invulnerable.
Oh wait, how do they get the wasps? Do they like go near the nest? Because I feel like the wasps are flying, so how would that battle look like? Do they have like some sort of weapon that they use against this?
Vulnerable, but if a swarm makes its way to their colonies,
Oh,
they don't
okay.
even stand a chance.
So they do
The
attack
much
the
bigger
base.
and stronger
Okay.
wasps might kill a few of them, but they are quickly overwhelmed. Even if their queen survives an attack, the army ants steal the colony's larvae and quickly devour them. There is no recovery from that. When army ants discover another ant colony, they immediately attack. Now you might think this would be a more even battle, but it's not. Because army ants act as a social unit, they are especially dangerous and effective. Most army ants are not particularly impressive.
Okay, so there's army ant soldier, there's a bullet ant, and a giant Amazonian ant. It's only 1 centimeter, bro. That's crazy. It's so tiny. But like, I guess that's like the perk of like collaboration in a sense, and being unified. Like being a unit makes you a unit. Like you're good to go. Like I never would have imagined them being able to take a whole wasp nest. Like that's crazy. But what do bullet ants do? Is it just because of the shape, or do they actually have attributes that are similar to bullets that give them that name?
individually, but they can overwhelm their victims with sheer numbers before the victim colony can mount an effective defense. And so invasions tend to be won by the attackers, and the prey colony is damaged significantly or is exterminated. Interestingly,
crazy venom.
army ants
Oh.
don't fight army ants. When two swarms encounter each other in the wild, they either pass through each other, ignore
Wait, yo, that's sick. So they attack the actual bases where army ants are usually not residing in, because army ants, as they said, are like more free, like they roam around in like a group. So it's very, I kind of assumed the army ants would go for army ants in the wild, but seeing them just avoid each other, like I guess that goes to show that they know their own power, so they don't want to attack someone within their power. They're like, it's pointless. Let's just go to their actual base and mess shit up there instead. I guess that's more strategic, I guess. Like they're avoiding life loss by fighting other army ants.
When two swarms encounter each other in the wild, they either pass through each other, ignoring the other swarm, or both colonies just move away, which makes sense from an evolutionary standpoint. Army ants that fought other army ants probably eradicated themselves millions of years ago. Indeed, they're so deadly that other ant species had to specialize to survive their presence.
Really?
Many species just panic and evacuate their nest when they notice army ant scouts, carrying as many larvae with them as they can in order to return and rebuild after the attack. Other species have invented living bunkers since fighting is so futile. They have worker classes that have big
It
square
looks so
heads.
cute. Look at his
When
head.
army ants show up, they use them to block the entrances to their nests, so the attackers have to give
Oh.
up after a while. But not
Yo,
everybody's
W
afraid of army
evolution?
ants. Leafcutter ants form some
W
of the
big head
largest
activities?
and most complex societies of any animal other than humans. They live in extensive nests many meters deep and across, harboring millions of citizens with a highly sophisticated division of labor. Like huge soldiers, 100 times more massive than a worker. Their sole purpose might be to defend their colonies against army ants. They still have a nemesis, though. The diet of the army ant species Nomomyrmex esenbeckii consists mostly of the larvae.
That is a really tough name. Nomomyrmex esenbeckii. Sounds fire, but it's really hard to say, and I will probably never remember this. If I'm being honest with you. It looks cool though. That's the ant from Elden Ring? The one they just showed? That's the one from it? Oh.
Of other ants. Compared to other army ants, they have a more robust soldier caste. So far, they are the only known species that can successfully attack a mature colony of leafcutters.
Heavy armor.
When they find a leafcutter colony, hundreds of thousands attack in a long column.
No.
The moment
Leave
the
the leaf
leafcutter
ones
ants
alone.
notice the army ant attack, they go into crisis mode and immediately alert their soldiers, who very quickly swarm to the site of attack. A front line develops that can be a few meters wide and up to a
Army
meter
ants,
deep.
leafcutter ants.
The leafcutter soldiers go head to head.
Wait, I'm a bit confused with this. So are we looking outside from above, or are we looking like underground here? A bit confused with the perspective of this, because this looks like a bird view, like from above. Because this wouldn't make sense from underground, right? Because like how would they be down here, right? Yeah, maybe.
Wide and up to a
Oh, the big head ones. Ah, I see.
meter deep. The leafcutter
It's a top-down view, is my guess.
soldiers go head to head with the army ants, lock in on them and try to cut through their heads.
Oh my
Smaller
goodness.
leafcutter workers help by grabbing the enemies. Small teams carry out attacks behind the front line, where they dismember their enemies by ripping their legs from their bodies. The attackers, meanwhile, try to swarm their victim soldiers and sting them to death in a mob. Despite the powerful defense and the determined response, the army ants are still superior in numbers. So without knowing if the battle can be won, the leafcutters prepare for the worst. Workers rush to create barricades and seal off as many entrances to their nest as possible to secure their brood. If the leafcutters are not able to repel the invaders, or at least barricade enough of their entrances in time, the army ants swarm the nest, overrunning all opposition. They penetrate deep into the hidden chambers and steal tens of thousands of the leafcutter's brood to eat them. Even if the leafcutter colony survives, this is a heavy blow. Regardless who's won the war, thousands lay slain on the battlefield. When the army ants attack, death follows them. But there are other species that form much more dangerous ant armies. Species that form super colonies covering thousands of square kilometers over multiple continents, engaging in wars kilometers across.
Oh my.
They deserve their own video though.
Oh, okay.
No matter the scale, war
Next
is a
video, I
part
guess.
of ant existence, be it between huge colonies or small groups trying to fend off a raid. In tropical rainforests, but also in the cracks of the concrete we walk over every day. Humans have decided that war is not a thing that they want to do a lot anymore. For ants though, the other ant will always be the enemy.
Damn.
No, some groups just don't get along.
The ant, like the ant, but the ant. That's cute. But yeah, that was the World War of the Ants, the army ant. That was really interesting. I did not know there's that many species of ants. I don't know. I never really looked at ants like that. I don't know. When I see an ant, I'm just like, oh, that's an ant. Really, I don't really consider that there's that many, like that many species. 16K, I think they said. Like, that's crazy. And I was not familiar with army ants. I thought all ants were just like, I don't know, living in a colony, like, and just, I don't know, just living there and then getting food and then coming back home or something. I didn't think they have a group that's just literally out in the open, ready for war. They want smoke from everyone. No one is safe except other army ants, which I guess is smart because, like they said, evolution-wise, they would have went extinct if they kept fighting. If army ants kept fighting army ants. So it makes sense that they just go attack other colony bases and avoid each other instead. But that was a really informative and cool video. I really enjoyed it. The names were super difficult. Not gonna lie, I will not remember that. But the information, I liked it. But yeah, YouTube, do let me know down in the comments how familiar were you with army ants. But yeah, that was the video. I hope you liked it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!